I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 224 of the Strap SZN Podcast. I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, please head over to our Instagram page, which is Strap SZN Podcast, or our Twitter page, which is Strap SZN Pod. We're available on all good streaming platforms, so just hit the URL link in both of those pages there, and that will take you to where we're situated at streaming-wise. And obviously, we're on all the main stuff, so Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and also we've got the YouTube link there as well, if you'd like to see visuals as well. So make sure you do that for us, guys. Give us a follow, leave us a review, and connect with us. Lovely. All right, Flowz. Hope you're good.
Yeah, I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. And also, listeners, shout out to any of you guys who donated to Flowz November Fund. I'm assuming you hit your goals, right, Flowz?
It's still going, apparently.
Swear.
Apparently, yeah. The email we said they ran it till December 9th or something.
Oh, fair. All right.
So
Fair. Okay.
If you haven't donated,
so you still got chance to donate. Still got chance to donate, then, listeners. Cool. Flowz, it's been a somewhat eventful week for boxing. Let's start. Let's start with the fight that had us talking over on the weekend. A shock result, to be honest, Flowz. So obviously talking about the Sonny Edwards versus Yafai card, headlined in Yafai's hometown in Birmingham. Flowz, obviously, we ain't got to say too much. We make predictions on this pod based on what we know, based on what we see. And sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong. But we saw in this fight, Flowz, that we were very, very wrong on the winner of this fight. And that's okay. No issues with that one, Flowz. Yafai has demolished Sonny Edwards, to be honest, Flowz. And it was a shock result. Big shocker. I think it ended in 8 rounds, right, Flowz? Before the referee jumped in. Was it the 8th round that the ref jumped in?
Did he even get that far?
Yeah.
I think it was six or...
My boy.
Did he get to 8?
Let me check. It got to 6th. You're right, Flowz. 6th. Flowz, just a strange one, right? Because as someone that has followed Sonny Edwards for his career, you've seen him, what he's like. He's one thing you can say Sonny Edwards is when he steps into that ring, Flowz, he's sharp. He's a very, very sharp boxer normally, right, Flowz? Usually on point with it, with his footwork and whatnot. But you could tell something was amiss with this one, Flowz, when from round 1, Sonny Edwards just looked off. Super off, Flowz. He looked shattered after 1 round. Your fight's come in, Flowz, and applied pressure straight, or it stepped to him and applied pressure straight to him. Yeah. Had Sonny backed up against the ropes, Flowz, and Sonny just looked like he didn't want to be in there, and he just looked fatigued. Something was super off, Flowz. Yeah. And if we're going to be real, Flowz, we don't like to pull out, we don't like to mince our words on this pod. It's a boxing pod, so of course we're not going to pull out punches. He got battered for 6 rounds, Flowz. He got stepped to and battered for 6 rounds, and it got to the point where obviously you're thinking this is going to get stopped because you're seeing in portions throws. This guy's not even throwing back. He's just sitting on the back of the ropes, bobbing and weaving, but getting caught and absorbing punishment that he doesn't need to. He's not even making it look competitive. The referee's going to jump in and stop it, and that's exactly what happened, Flowz. So, yeah, Flowz, a shocker, to be honest, Flowz, and a very shock result. Massive result for Yafai. But that one, Flowz, we can't predict. Edwards having that sort of off night. I feel like a on-form, motivated Sonny Edwards can handle that sort of pressure from a Yafai. But this Sonny Edwards, Flowz, didn't look like he wanted to be in there. And obviously, we could discuss further, obviously, after what he revealed to us in the ring afterwards. But yeah, Flowz, how shocked were you to see Edwards look like that from round 1?
Yeah, I think I've said on this pod that he's a great back foot boxer. So someone who boxes and moves. Tends to make people look silly in their portions. From round 1, Yafai came out firing, super fast start, and Edwards looked rattled. Didn't really box and move. Wasn't really on his bike. You can say fair play to Yafai for cutting off the ring. But I really didn't see too much movement for Sonny Edwards for him to really cut off. He was waiting on the ropes, standing still in portions, wasn't letting his hands go. Probably even got dropped in the first round if we want to keep it a buck. He went down against the ropes.
Yeah.
But in portions, he was swinging. In portions, he was the one being made to look silly and missing some wild swings in there from him. Now, with those wild swings, he was catching Yafai in portions as well. But Sonny Edwards isn't known to have power. So even when he was landing flush, Yafai was throwing 5 more shots back at him. So yeah, it was a mauling. It was a battering almost from round 1 to when it was stopped. And you could just see Sonny Edwards being fading as the fight's going on. His will to continue was fading. And yeah, it was a damning tell. Look, like you said, we can't predict a fighter losing the will to fight beforehand. I wasn't really following the pre-build up too much.
Same.
And I didn't really get any indication that he didn't want to be in that ring. It looked like he was on it.
Facts.
It looked like he was super on it. So I expected a different Sonny to turn up. That Sonny there, yeah, he's losing to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And he will admit that.
Yeah.
he will admit that.
Look, from when, like you said, your fight's not even having to work hard to get to him, you know it's an off night for Sonny. This is the slip. When it comes to slippery contenders, like Sonny's one of the slipperiest you can ever think of in terms of being, how hard he is to hit when he wants to be and whatnot. So seeing him absorb so much punishment was ridiculous to me, Flowz. And you're seeing in ring Flowz in the corner, his corner are killing him, going at him, absolutely battering him, saying, "What are you doing?" Blah, blah. And then you're hearing him say, "I don't want to be in here anymore. I don't want to be here." And that kind of tells you all this, that Flowz.
After round 2, that was. That's after round 2.
That tells the Flowz.
I'll be real. He didn't just say, I said, "I'll be real, I don't want to be in it."
Yeah.
That's damning.
So for to say that, Flowz, after round 2, you already know I'm there like, okay, that's all she wrote then. That's all she's going to write. Because if a fighter's there saying, after 2 rounds of punishment, or 2 rounds, right, Flowz, that I'm not trying to be here no more, they've quit. He himself has quit mentally, and we saw that it was fully reflected in the performance. Each round got worse and worse for Sonny. So, yeah, man, you can't predict a fighter turn up to a fight, Flowz, unmotivated. Just can't. And yeah, I agree with you, Flowz. I didn't follow the preamble too much either. But from what I could tell, Flowz, it wasn't a unmotivated Sonny. It was a Sonny that wanted to get back into, this was for an interim belt, but a Sonny that wanted to challenge for world titles again and become a title holder again. So yeah, man, that was very, very damning and surprising, Flowz. But the fate was sealed from him saying those words, "I don't want to be in there anymore." A fighter saying that, Flowz, 2 rounds in a 12-round fight is insane. Crazy. So yeah, man. Yeah.
The argument could have been made that his corner should have stopped it. I'm not mad with his corner for trying to motivate him, getting back out there. Because to be credit to Sonny, he didn't go out there and lie down as such. He was still trying to throw. He was still trying to survive. He didn't dive. He didn't take a knee and quit as such. Even though he'd mentally tapped out, he was still going out there, throwing, fighting, surviving as such. So yeah, I give him credit for that. He didn't take the easy way out, even though he didn't want to be in there. But yeah, once a fighter loses that heart or will to fight on, then like you say, it's all she wrote.
It's all she wrote.
And
so referee's gone and stopped it, 6th round, Flowz. I was saying, yep, it's about to be stopped. You were saying it's about to be stopped. It got stopped. I got no complaints with the stoppage, Flowz. The guy wasn't throwing back really. And cool. Yafai wins. It's like, wow, okay. I'm there thinking to myself, Flowz, wow, what next for Sonny then? What next for Sonny? People I was watching it with, they were saying, yeah, what do you think? What's next for Sonny? I'm thinking to myself, boy, I don't even know, because I didn't think he would lose this fight. Maybe he might just, take another break, and then I think I can give him another chance to, recoup and regroup, right, Flowz, and then come back. He's only 28. He's not even 30 yet. And then Sonny Edwards goes and, makes that decision for us, Flowz. He just tells us and confirms straight away what next for him because they're interviewing him, Flowz, in the ring after the fight, and he's gone and announced his retirement out of the blue, just there and then, right, Flowz. Again, unless I've missed something, Flowz, this is completely out of the blue, right? There's been no inclination leading up onto this fight that he's thinking about retirement. But yeah, he's gone and retired there and then, and literally just said that his heart's not in it anymore. He's kind of achieved everything he needs to achieve in the game that he wanted to achieve. He's become a world title holder, defended and all that kind of stuff. And he's just not in the boxing frame of mind no more. So, yeah, bit of a shock, bit of a surprising one, right, Flowz?
Yeah, it's interesting. He verbatim said win, lose or draw. He was retiring.
Yeah, he said, yeah. Which again, I'm not. Hey, stop the cap. But yeah, he said he claims his corner knew that as well. He said his claims
his team knew it.
Yeah.
And look, Sonny seems the honest type. I'll try and give him that. He seems the honest type. Especially like even look, I'm even glad he said that because I started crashing at him for his behavior after he lost. He lost like that, and he was glazing like mad. He was raising Gal Yafai's hands, super happy for Gal. I was like, "What, brother? You just lost in a brutal way. You didn't win a round."
Yeah,
and you're applauding. You're happy. You're grabbing the belt to give to him. But I was like, show some anger. So when I heard that win, lose or draw, he wanted to retire, and he gave his reasons that look. Camp's always the worst part for boxers. They always say this. Camp's the worst part, the hardest part. Yeah. It seemed like his body's starting to break down in camp. He didn't have a good camp. He didn't enjoy it. The love for it has almost gone. So when that starts to happen, when you can't get up for camp and you're not enjoying camp and stuff away from boxing is affecting you, then that's going to reflect in the ring, really. And it reflected. So it seemed like his mind was made up. I want to say I believe him to a degree. I'm going to throw this out there. I think we'll see Sonny Edwards again. I'll be real. I think we'll see him. He's still young enough. Things change. Money changes.
Yeah.
Things can happen. While I do wish him the best and all that, I'm going to throw out there that I think we'll see Sonny Edwards again.
We're definitely going to see him around in boxing in some capacity regardless, because if you notice, obviously, since the BAM loss, or just before the BAM loss, we've seen Sonny increasingly be a fixture on comms teams, for example, right, Flowz. We see him on commentary a lot, doing build-up, etc. And we've actually praised his comms work. We actually think, obviously, he's a very knowledgeable fighter, very high IQ fighter. So that's usually reflected in his commentary when it comes to these fights. And I actually thought to myself, maybe being exposed to the aspects of the game, he's also, found a new love, and maybe he's like, okay, I don't want to box anymore, but I still want to be involved in boxing. And I think that's a nice lane for him to be in if he wants to pivot. Obviously, he's shown that he can do it seamlessly already. So, if we do see him on comms in the future, being a permanent fixture on the comms, I'd welcome that. I'm always here to have good guys who on the comm teams who actually know what we're talking about and can actually offer real insights when it comes to these boxers and their matchups. So yeah, I don't know if that's had anything to do with it. I don't know. I'm just speculating here, right, Flowz? But yeah, I definitely still think we'll see him in boxing in some regard, whether it's as part of the media team now or a couple of years time, 2 years time, for example, at 30, he starts to come back and gets the itch again. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I hope he's had a good career. I hope he's made good bread. He's in a division that isn't exactly the most attractive money-wise. So I'm sure that BAM fight would have been nice for him. Nice bit of, dollar for him. And if he wants to call it a day now, fair play.
Yeah. I think a lot of it's to do with whatever mental, emotional, physical stuff he's going through. Maybe his body needs to heal, sort out some stuff outside of boxing. Like you say, I think he'll be on comms, might even do a bit of coaching. But I think as a fighter, that itch will still be there, and he's young enough. So I think we'll see him back in the ring for sure. But look, credit to him, credit to Gal. Gal, super impressive. Great. Let's give Gal his props.
Facts. The question if he's ready, he's ready. even though it wasn't Sonny Edwards as expected. He
Yeah.
won, and he won convincingly, Flowz. And they're going to push him now for a title shot, which he can go, he will win probably. So, yeah, man, big ups, Gal, big ups to Gal. Very, very impressive scalp to have in your resume. And I look forward to seeing more of Gal Flowz in the future. That's the next flyway up from the UK. So yeah, that's good to see. All right then, Flowz. Let's talk about what we've got next week, Flowz, because there are some good fights next week. Sorry, this upcoming week. Let's start over in the UK. Because Queensberry have actually got a nice, decent card, Flowz.
Yeah.
Over in the OVO Arena in Wembley. I think they're dubbing it the Magnificent 7. So the headline for this card, Flowz, is Brad Pauls versus Denzel Bentley for that British title, for that British middleweight title, but also the WBA Continental and WBO International Middleweight Championship belts as well. Flowz, you know what we like to say for these British title fights, Flowz. It means more. It means flipping more. This is another great matchup, Flowz. Obviously, Paul's coming off that win in the Heaney rematch. Bentley is coming off the very impressive Asase win, right, Flowz? It's interesting because they both share a common loss to Heaney, because Heaney's beaten Bentley before, I believe.
Yeah.
And also Paul's obviously lost to Heaney before beating him in the rematch. So to me, Flowz, this is a very fascinating, intriguing fight.
It was a draw with Heaney, remember? The first fight was a draw.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes, the first fight was a draw, yeah. Oh, what a fight that was as well. What a fight that was. But yeah, Flowz, I think it's going to be a cracker. We know Paul's going to come with his aggression. So, yeah, but Bentley, we can see he's comfortable fighting on the back foot as well, Flowz. And, yeah, man, I think it's just going to be a good night, a nice clash of styles for this. I can't really pick a winner, to be honest, Flowz.
Yeah.
I can't. This is a tough fight to call. I'm leaning towards Paul's, baby, but yeah, man, this is a really, really good fight. Yeah, I'll probably lean towards Paul's. Paul's, but this is a really, really good fight, Flowz. Really, really good fight. Underrated.
Yes, like you say, these British fights, I'm always there. I think I've said this before about Bentley, that he's prone to being upset. He can be upset. I think he should be the favorite. On skill wise, maybe he should be the favorite. Maybe on paper, however you want to put it.
Can't forget as well, Flowz. He's also operated at a high level. He fought.
Yep.
Who did he fight?
Janibek.
Janibek. He fought Janibek. Yeah.
Obviously, he's fought Cash.
Cash. Yeah, lost the Cash. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fought. Well, Heaney was the favorite against Paws. Lost maybe of close fight with Heaney.
Yeah, the Heaney fight was close. Yeah.
So, and he was probably the favorite for that as well. So maybe now he's no longer the favorite anymore. Looking at it, but I think if you're going into this a few fights ago, he would be. But Paul's impressed me. I liked what I saw from Paul's. I would probably lean towards Bentley, but he's prone to being upset. He's prone to losing. I wouldn't make him the favorite as such, but I think on paper he might be. Should be a good fight. If he can pick, he's got power. It should be a close fight, man. That's what I'm anticipating. So it could just come down to the judges again. But yeah, I mean, I've never been too impressed with Bentley. I know. He's gonna get caught. He's gonna get
I know
struggling.
You're a fan. Yeah.
I've seen him struggle and get caught. Be too sloppy way too often.
Yeah.
Even that Asase fight, he get pieced up until you pull that great shot, great stoppage from him. So look, Paul's can do it. Whoever's the underdog, I'll put money on. Probably, I expect it to be close.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, that's a good headline, Flowz. And then on the undercard as well, there's some, just to pick out some of the fights. We've got is it Sam Noakes versus Ryan Walsh? That's another British title fight in the light heavyweight division. Sorry, for lightweight division. So again, that's probably gonna be a cracker, Flowz. Um, also got Lawrence Okolie making his Queensberry debut at heavyweight against opponents Muhammad, Hussein Muhammad. Hussein Muhammad. Don't know anything about the opponent, but obviously this is a debut heavyweight performance from Okolie, so I'm interested to see what he looks like at the weight. But I think the fight that we're probably looking forward to the most, Flows, on the undercard is Sol Dakers versus David Adeleye at heavyweight. So obviously, I think David Adeleye has become a bit of a fan favorite on this pod. The build-up's been funny as usual. Obviously, David
Let's not sugarcoat
Adeleye. I'm a knockout artist.
I'll bag people out. Let's not sugarcoat it.
Hey man, I'm happy. I'm happy David Adeleye is back. I'm not gonna call him by his nickname because that's a big Y. That's crazy. But yeah, happy Adeleye is back. Sol Dakers, again, Flows, big clash of styles here. I think Sol Dakers is sort of seen as obviously the superior sort of boxer between the two. More of a sort of boxer and mover. Whereas obviously, yes, the power does rely more with Adeleye. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see how this one comes across. To be honest, Flows, I haven't watched much of Dakers. I don't know if you have, but he's not really someone that's popped on my radar a lot. I know he's sort of within that mix of the upcoming British heavyweights, but yeah, he's never really someone that I've really paid attention to too much. So yeah, I don't know if you have, Flows, if you want to give any sort of info on him that you've seen or not really. I don't think you've watched it. Yeah, I really know you haven't really watched him either.
We've talked about them, man, on this pod.
Yeah, them man, look, a lot of them, man, haven't come on my radar for a reason. Let's put it that way.
So this C1-2 fight, not been singing from the rooftops about Dakers. Look, I'm backing David Adeleye, regardless of whether who's better or who's not better. I want David Adeleye to win. I'll be real. I don't really do the bias thing, but I'm doing the bias thing today. I need David Adeleye to go all the way to the top.
Yeah, man. I need that, man.
I need to see more of him in press conferences, talking his talk, pulling up to people's press conferences, scrapping.
Nah, he's too funny. He's actually too funny. Oh, Shoka.
I need to keep winning.
Yeah, the more we see of David Adeleye, the better. So I actually hope that he wins as well. No offense to Sol. Sol seems like a lovely guy. Lovely guy. He does. And that's exactly what David Adeleye said as well. He said, he's not like that. He's not like
exactly. Nice guy, but that's not what we're looking for right now.
Yeah, man. And it's so funny because you know they hate Adeleye, bro, in the comments. Like every Adeleye video, the face off between those two, they can't stand his demeanor, the way he talks. They can't stand him. They actually can't.
I love it. They
hate it. And you know me, I like to root for a villain. So yeah, man, I'm here for it.
And the best thing is, the reason why I wanted to keep winning, because the switch up will be too funny.
Yeah, facts.
If he doesn't, there's a little rundown. I've always liked this guy.
Yep.
Switch up. Yep. So yeah, I need Adeleye to keep doing this thing, keep winning.
Yeah.
All the way to the top, man.
Facts. But yeah, folks, it's a nice little card by Queensberry. Nice little London show that they have. Well, finally, good to see that Frank's moved away from the York Hall shows, and giving us fans a nice little Wembley Arena sort of fight. So that'll be on BT Sport or whatever. So TNT Sport. So yeah, good little fight card there. Yeah. Let's quickly move across to America, Flows, because we've got Oscar Valdez versus Emmanuel Navarrete 2, Flows. So it's a rematch of their fight for Navarrete's junior lightweight championship belt. Their first fight was good. Navarrete, it was an on-form Navarrete, and like I said, I like watching an on-form Navarrete. He's a joy to watch when he's on it. Sometimes Navarrete can be a bit sloppy though in terms of like his weight cuts and whatnot, but when he's actually on form, he's had a good camp. He's a joy to watch. So and Valdez, as we know, Flows, is brilliant fighter. So that should be a great rematch to watch, Flows. I look forward to that one. And on the undercard as well, there's another world title fight. You've got Robeisy Ramirez versus Rafael Espinosa. That's another rematch as well for, I think, Espinosa's featherweight title, which he took off Ramirez last year, I believe. So yeah, it's a nice little top rank card that they've got over in Phoenix, Arizona. But that main event is definitely worth checking out. But sticking with America, kind of, we're going to move over to Puerto Rico, Flowz, because we also have Liam Paro fighting Richardson Hitchins for Paro's 140-pounder, IBF 140-pound belt. Yeah, Flowz, I don't know if you've been following the preamble for this one. This to me, Flowz, is a brilliant fight. I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yep.
Clash of styles, two boxers that I rate highly as well, Flowz. Paro obviously did, he did this big one when it came to beating what's his name? Super Matias.
Well,
obviously, okay, went through way. Ran through Montana. Yeah, to be fair, undercard against Montana Love, destroyed him.
Yep.
Undercard against Matias in Puerto Rico, Matias' hometown, well, not his hometown, but his home fans, and he beat him. Tough fight. And don't forget, Matias at that point was seen as the boogeyman of the 140-pound division.
I don't know why they crowned him that, to be honest, but yeah, he
was.
He was.
But it was the time they gave it to him. So
yeah.
Paro's gone to his home, gone to his country, beat him, out toughed him, out grilled him, outboxed him, out everything him, to be honest, Flowz.
Yep.
And won that fight in a very, very impressive win. And from the Montana Love fight, it was when I was saying to people, you know what? This Paro guy, you should check it. Like, he's actually really, really good. Like, pay attention to him. He's not food. He's not like other Australian fighters that we've seen, sort of talk a good game and not really, follow up afterwards. So, yeah, Flowz. Now, Hitchins on the other side, Flowz, a guy that I've kind of been touting quite highly, someone that I'm very impressed with. His win against Zepeda, Flowz, was very impressive to me. Absolutely scored Zepeda. Zepeda's he's not food, very experienced campaigner. Has sort of in the mold of, I guess, on Shakur or Devin Haney, has that classic slick boxer hit and not get hit style, back foot, and it does rub some people up the wrong way in terms of they feel like it's a boring style, but there's no denying, Flowz, it's a bloody effective style, very, very effective. So that's what it's going to be nice, Flowz. Obviously, you see in the preamble, Paro is almost preempting and trying to goad Hitchins to sort of meet him in the center of a ring and let's scrap. And he's obviously doing that, I know, because he feels like maybe that's going to suit his strengths more, as opposed to trying to get into a boxing match with Hitchins, who is a very, very, very good boxer, Flowz. Works very well behind the jab, excellent footwork, very hard to hit. And I don't think Hitchins is going to look to meet this guy in the middle of a ring. I think he's going to try that style to win this. And I'm intrigued to see how Paro navigates that, Flowz. See if he can make the adjustments to try and set traps for Hitchins, maybe. Or to, cut off the ring or whatnot. Because Hitchins, if it's the Hitchins I know, he'll probably be on his bike. So, yeah, man, Flowz, I'm looking forward to it. It's crazy because I really have liked Paro's ascent to the top as the underdog. But for some reason, I feel like Hitchins might get this, Flowz. I just have a slight inkling that Hitchins might win this, just based on his style. And I feel like he might frustrate Paro in there. But yeah, so I kind of feel bad because it's like the third time in a row where I sort of might have gone against Paro winning. But yeah, Hitchins, I feel like might take this one, Flowz. But I don't really have a horse in this race in the sense that I like both of these fighters, and they're both going to be tough to beat at that division for when other guys step up to fight them. So yeah, very, very intriguing fight, Flowz. What were your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, good fight. We've said it for a long time. As soon as this fight was made, we said it's a good fight. We've talked about Paro's ascendancy. It's kind of burst on the scene, really, with two huge wins, two very impressive wins. And Hitchins, we've talked about for Hitchins, we've talked about for a long time. We know about him. We know he's good. I think the Zepeda fight is where we said he's ready. Because that was a step up for him. Passed with flying colours. But then the Lemos fight, kind of struggled. He did struggle. It's fair to say. He did struggle. Judges niced him with some of the scorecards. I think one had it very wide. But he was able to win that and navigate his way to winning that. I pick Paro. Is what I'll say. Going off recent performances, that's my usual formula. I go off. I think Hitchins should be the favorite in terms of skill. But I'm just going off last performances. Paro's impressed. He's upset the apple cart a few times. And that Hitchins performance was
just to add though, for that Hitchins performance, it was nasty.
Yeah.
But Hitchins did say that he did struggle with he didn't maintain a professional camp in the sense that he had weight issues based on the fact that he wasn't taking it that seriously, and he didn't really have a proper nutritionist. He wasn't really doing a proper diet plan, etc. He was kind of just showing up, if that makes sense. And whereas this one, he obviously it's a world title fight. He respects Paro who he is. He's not going to do that again. So he's hired a proper team and a proper nutritionist for this camp. And he's camped correctly. Essentially, that's what you're saying. So that's what you said for the Lemos fight that it wasn't. And if that's the case, fair enough. That can be the case.
That probably is the case. I believe that probably is the case.
Because that performance was so far wide from the Cepeda performance. It was like, huh? You know what I mean? Cepeda performance, he looked sharp. Like super sharp. Again, maybe because of the fact that it's Cepeda, someone that is well known, someone who's fought for world titles before, whereas Lemos was kind of an unknown quantity at that point, right, Flowz? So maybe that's why. But
well, if someone he was meant to beat, Lemos.
Yeah,
I think we know Lemos to the degree. He's not a no name.
Yeah,
as such.
But still, it's not a big name. That makes sense.
So he was expected to, I think he'll be up for this fight compared to
100%. 100%.
He has to be. But we'll see. Once again, it's up to him to show us that was the case last time. By going out there and showing us what he can do. But
I would like, obviously, for just repercussions for the division, Hitchins, as we know, is part of the same batch of 135, 140 pounders who all know each other. Have all sparred each other, and we've seen him get into it with all these guys. We've seen him get into it with, I think, Shakur. No, not Shakur. I know he's got into it with Devin a lot. Him and Devin like to beef.
Schofield, has he got back and forth with?
Is it Schofield or is it? Yeah, maybe Schofield as well. Yeah. Is it Shakur? Actually, no. I feel like him and Shakur might be boys.
Yeah, I think they're cool.
I think it might be Tank then. I think he's got into it with Tank as well previously. Yeah. But yeah, all these guys, they all know each other and they all like to go back and forth. So him having the belt will be good for potential future whatever, because I think it was talked about before that Devin Haney might fight Liam Paro potentially. And also obviously Jack Catterall was also there as well. So I think just him and who he is, it'd be good for the division if he wins, because he, like I said, he already has needle with some of these guys. But yeah, I'm also very happy if Paro wins, and Paro fully deserves it, because Paro has had a wonderful ascent to the top. So yeah, I'll be really looking forward to this one, Flowz. Watching it with a BDI, and may the best man win.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. That's it, Flowz, in terms of the I guess the previews for next week. Let's talk about just some boxing news quickly, Flowz, because shortly before we started recording this pod, His Excellency dropped a bombshell on us, Flowz. And that is the rematch card for Batavia Bivol. Flowz, would you like to do us the honors on reading out this card? Because I kid you not, listeners, this might be one of the best cards I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
No hyperbole.
So actually, let me just get straight into it. From bottom to top, this is the card that His Excellency has brought forward to us. February 22nd of 2025, we have Jide Big Bang Zhang against Ajit Kabayala. This is the first fight of the card.
First fight on the card.
Move on to Joshua Buatsi versus Calamundo Smith in an all-British clash. Then we go right up to Virgil Ortiz Jr. against Israel Madrimov. Fantastic fight.
My God.
Fantastic fight. Next, we're looking at the WBC World Middleweight Champion, Carlos Adamez versus Hamza Shiraz. That's for the belt. With all the rivals, Hamza Shiraz's first title shot.
Let's go, Hamza.
Then we have one that's going to be spicy talk. The build-up's going to be sensational. Pops in the corner We've got Shakur Stevenson versus Floyd Schofield Jr. and Floyd Schofield Sr.
I was going to make sure you add Senior to that as well.
Floyd Schofield's talked himself into this one. Brilliant job, boosted his profile. Shout out him. Ain't gonna give my predictions on that one. Look, we still got more. We still got more. We got Daniel Dubois, the world heavyweight champion, or IBF world heavyweight champion.
Yep.
Versus Joseph Parker, the comeback man.
Crazy. Who would have thought Parker's back here?
These two are here. Who the fuck? These two are right here.
Yeah. Crazy.
And then to top the bill.
Oh man.
To top the bill, like we ain't been spoiled enough. The rematch, number 2, Beterbiev versus Bivol for the undisputed. Light heavyweight championship.
Yep. Flowz, we're truly living in the blessed time as boxing fans, and it's because of His Excellency. Because we shifted right here, Flowz, because obviously this card was rumored this card in some shape and form was rumored to be happening, right, Flowz, a few weeks ago. And me and you were skeptical. I said, I started nitpicking. I said certain fights weren't going to happen. For example, back on that card, it was Boots versus Virgil Ortiz, for example. Yeah. And I was like, I don't think that's going to happen. And there was just little bits and pieces, right, Flowz? I wasn't sure that Adamez and Shiraz was going to happen legit, because I'm there thinking, surely they'll do Shiraz versus, what's his name? Jadebek, for example. But cool. I was nitpicking. I said some could happen, but overall, this card in this format isn't going to work. I don't think so. I'm still thinking of back in the day, right, Flowz, where we used to see these mythical cards, these amazing cards touted, but in true boxing fashion, as fans will be let down due to the political nature of boxing, right, Flowz? Promoters not getting along. This side of the street versus that side of the street, not going to happen. Network versus network. But now, Flowz, we're in an era, right, where we might see all these mythical cards, right? And they actually are legit. Thanks to His Excellency, Flowz, purely down to him. Because of the fact that he's been able to come into boxing, grab these promoters by the hand, literally, and be like, yo, work together to deliver the best fights. So now, Flowz, these cards are even like, I'm always in awe, but then I'm like, actually, no, it's standard now. Standard practice because of Turkey. So, yeah, man, amazing work. Flowz, this card is stacked from top to bottom. These are all pay-per-view worthy fights, low-key. So the fact that it's all going to be on one card, mad. And the fact that we're getting Beterbiev versus Bivol 2 so soon after the 1, we are truly sport, Flowz, because that first fight, Flowz, was beautiful. Beautiful fight. And to get that rematch so quickly on board, shout out to both of those guys, and shout out to His Excellency as well, Flowz. I can't wait to preview this card. I can't wait.
Yep, and we don't have to wait long. Look, we're in December already. It's 2 months away.
Crazy.
It's 2 months away. They've got us a super card like this. Probably, like we said to you, this might arguably be the best card I've ever seen. And look, we've said that. We said that recently.
We said that for every reality season card. We're saying this might be the best card I've ever seen. This is deja vu.
I'm going back to last December where we had Zhang, Wilder.
Yep.
It was that Parker Wilder. It was Parker Wilder that time. It was Wallin. Yeah. It was Wallin AJ.
Yep. It was Dubois. Miller versus Dubois. Yep. And we were saying, what?
We never seen this before.
Yeah.
Then we get the 5v5.
5. Yep.
Then we look. Shout out to His Excellency. That's the most important thing I'm saying here. He's made these dream cards before you tune in for the main event or the co-main event. Now, all of these are headline fights. All of these could headline their own card. We're really sport with these pay-per-view cards.
Flowz, we're eating, man. We're eating good. We're eating good. That's
it. We're not waiting around. We're not waiting around. They get slapped right in front of us. Yeah, this is beautiful stuff, man. We'll be there.
We'll be there, no matter what. And we don't need to break down the fights now, Flowz. We'll do that for its own dedicated episode.
Yeah.
Quick word though on our boy Jerome Boots Ennis, Flowz, because it was initially meant to be him versus Virgil. I didn't think the fight would be made. And unfortunately, I was proven right. But we've seen, Flowz, that our boys getting killed online, man. It's not nice. It hurts to see someone that you like get killed. But yeah, man, they're calling Boots a duck. Established people are calling Boots a big, big duck for this because essentially it broke down on his end, apparently. And you've seen Virgil's team say that Boots' team wasted their time and they will never negotiate with Boots Ennis again. And they think that's okay because that's what Boots really wants anyways. Boots camp is saying that there was no negotiations. They got offered something, basically. They got offered it at 147. They went back and checked. And Golden Boy said, no, actually, it's actually a 154. And they wanted a bit more time to make the decision, basically on whether to vacate and move up or not. And unfortunately, they weren't given enough time. And they offered it to Madrimov instead. Look, either way, Flowz. Obviously, there's little nuances, maybe whatnot, and some of that could be true. But it doesn't look good on Boots because we've seen many receipts, right, Flowz, of Boots saying that he's willing to fight anyone at any time, whether it's 147, whether it's 154, as long as it's a big name, he's ready. So, yeah, man, it's the cooking's funny, man. They're calling him flip-flop and sandals and high heels, not boots. Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, I said to you, I've been seeing them killing him. They've been killing him across, and I've not really paid attention to it too tough because I didn't really expect this fight to happen. So I've not really paid. But yeah, Tim Bradley was ruining him, and look,
duck soup.
They've been attributing that Boots is starting to build up a lot of animosity with some fans, and it all started from I think the Terence Crawford business, which you lot put him up for. So look, I ain't gonna pay to. I think these guys will cross paths at some point. It's a shame it's not now, but look, hopefully it can happen further down the line. I don't think Boots is a duck as such, but if it is ducking, then go ahead and kill him. It's on you to prove us wrong, Boots, or prove them wrong.
Yeah, I low-key think he might regret this one, Flowz, but not for too long. But this was a nice opportunity for him because, 147 is just, it's dry. He can unify, but there's nothing there for him. We've said it, and there's now rumblings about how he's struggling to make the weight at 147 and, he wants to move up. So this was the perfect opportunity. But I suspect Flowz, really, they probably would have wanted to have a feeder opponent at 154 before going to Virgil Ortiz. But unfortunately, you're going to hold smoke because your last interview was you saying in the ring, anyone at 154, as long as it's a big name or someone with a belt. So the fans are going to pull that and they're going to kill you for that. But I suspect that they would have wanted a feeder opponent.
Yeah, there's bare receipts, man. Bozy Ellis.
Bozy as well, yeah.
Look, that's what happens.
But Bozy's one was even worse. He was like, Ortiz, yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that now. Yeah, we'll take that now immediately.
And that's been part of the problem. Boots has talked himself in positions where, it's like we don't believe you. So look,
and Flowz, one could even argue that Ortiz is tailor made for someone like Boots. His style. Like that come forward style could, anyways, but still, yeah.
And maybe this is partly Dan Rafael's fault for putting out a fight that wasn't agreed.
Yes.
But look, here's what it is. I haven't paid too much attention for this because it's a great card, regardless.
Yeah. Look, bro, Madrimov is. You could even say that's just as difficult for him. As an opponent than Boots. Let's be real. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Virgil. Let's not get into. But Virgil could lose. So could easily lose. So great card for sure.
Yeah, great. All right, Flowz. Yeah, that's it with the boxing news roundup. Before we end this episode, we said we'll do this last week. Obviously, I did my little 10 versus 10 Flowz blind ranking. My blind ranking. It's your turn, Flowz. For blind ranking. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool. Let me get this up. Yeah, just make sure. All right, nice. Got 10 here. Okay, cool. All right. First up, then for you, Flowz. Canelo Alvarez.
Oh,
straight off the bat.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
It's got to be high. It's got to be high. It's got to be high. I'm tempted to put it very high. Oh, oh. Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo Alvarez. Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I'm torn between 3 and 4. I'm torn between 3 and 4.
You got to pick one, my guy.
Like if I go 3 and there's some. Let me go. Let me play it safe. Let me go
play it safe.
4.
Go 4 in it.
Let me go 4. Let me go 4. I think that's safe.
Okay.
I don't think
Number
it can be
2.
any lower.
Number 2. Lennox Lewis.
Oh, I like Lennox.
Yeah.
I like Lennox. I'm thinking about your list now. that's what I'm thinking about your list.
Forget my list.
And I'm thinking, oh, if I get some of the
that's the thing.
killers.
There's certain names that you think could come up in it. You're anticipating.
Top Lennox. Like I feel harsh even thinking about putting. I'm gonna put Lennox 5.
Wow. Okay.
I want to put Lennox 5. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gambling.
Interesting.
Lennox 5.
Okay.
Top 3. I'm reserving.
That's a big gamble. Fair.
I'm
Okay.
gambling.
5. All right. We now have Gervonta Tank Davis.
Oh man, yeah, he's going 9. He's going 9. Go on, next one. Next one.
Deontay Wilder.
10. Next one.
You corrected the mistake I made. Yeah.
Yep. 1 and 10.
Okay. Real deal Holyfield.
Ooh.
Evander. You
see now.
I'm intrigued with your point now. I'm intrigued with Evander. Because realistically, you can't. Anyways, yes. You know what? Let's see.
I messed up.
You did. I think your Lewis placements messed you up a little bit.
Yeah, I messed up.
But you got to put him somewhere, Flowz.
Where am I gonna get? What am I gonna get?
We don't know.
I messed this up, man. Messed this up. Because now I don't think I'm gonna get anyone solid. Can I put real deal Holyfield? You know what I'm talking between? It's 3 and 6. That's what I'm talking between. 3 and 6. You know what? I'll put it 3, but you know.
Okay, wow. Holyfield number 3. Okay.
Holyfield 3.
Let me know if you want me to refresh you of any of the choices. Next one up, you got George Foreman.
George Foreman.
Yeah. You currently have 1, 2, 6, 7, and 8 left.
Put Foreman 6.
Okay. Alexander Usyk.
2.
Okay.
Yep.
Anthony Joshua.
7. Is that where you put him as well?
Yeah, I think I put him 7. Yeah. We'll get a lot of the guys that I've gotten. Yeah. Aha! So you have 1 and 8 left. Okay, this is so
1 and 8 left.
Gennady Golovkin.
Hey, he's not going 1.
Little G, Triple G, 8, yeah?
8.
Which means your number 1 is going to be Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao.
Ain't too bad at it, you know.
That's not bad, you know.
I'm not bad at it.
Just to read it off, Flo. So you got Manny Pacquiao number 1. Okay. Alexander Usyk number 2. Evander Holyfield number 3. Canelo Alvarez number 4. Lennox Lewis 5. George Foreman 6th. Anthony Joshua 7th. Golovkin 8th. Tank Davis 9. And Deontay Wilder 10th.
I'm super happy with 7 to 10. I'm super happy with that ranking for 7 to 10.
Okay, yeah. I feel like your Holyfield placements might obviously those slight to Holyfield. One of my favorites as well.
Yeah,
but that's got him a bit too high. I think he's definitely number 3 for me.
I would have.
Canelo should be ahead of Holyfield. I'll be so real.
Yeah, I would have put Holyfield at 5. Shifted Canelo.
Do you have Holyfield ahead of Lewis? Just out of interest, just overall. Is it because of the two division thing?
I think That's a big factor. I have a bias towards Holyfield.
Okay.
I do. That's why I didn't want to put it below
okay.
Lennox. I do.
Right, that's fair. Okay.
I think growing up, he defeated the monster that was. I think we've talked about this on the pod. One of my earliest boxing memories was Holyfield, the fight.
Tyson. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched that
Holyfield,
fight
Tyson.
as well. Yeah.
That's one of my earliest boxing memories. And Tyson was this huge monster. No, like as a kid, Holyfield dealt with him twice. So for me, he's the real deal. Exactly what he said on the tin. Lewis obviously have a soft spot, British champion. I say
beat Holyfield, obviously. Yeah.
I say to people, archetype of what I saw as a great boxer was Lewis.
Yeah.
Just basics, superb.
Fundamental,
So that messed me up there. I don't want to, even though obviously I don't want to put it below Lennox, but if I could, 1 to 5, 1 to 5, I'll chop and change a bit.
Yeah, but still, even though chop and change, there's no Manny Pacquiao being number 1. There's a perfectly fine argument for Pacquiao being the best number 1 boxer. Let's be real. As you said, A division champion is never going to be replicated, to be honest. So and Pac-Man was Pac-Man. So I'm intrigued though. So none of us got Floyd on our list, which is a shame. But it is what it is.
I'll wait for him too.
That's what I was hoping.
I'll wait for Roy Jones. Floyd. Maybe with some like Sugar Ray or one of them, man. That's what I was thinking might pop up. So you always got to reserve that top spot for.
Yep. Fair enough. All right, that was a nice little ending, Flowz. It's been another good episode. Episode 224 of the Strap SZN Podcast. Once again, I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, you know where to find us. Peace.
You take it a strap. I'm strapped up.
What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.